So, front springs located in here, pushed down by the arm. It's a little bit easier to see in this because they're colored. In there. So, what do they do? Well, the softer the spring rate, the softer the springs, you're gonna have more overall steering. It's again better on bumpy tracks because they absorb it better, but they have a higher chance of collapsing. So collapsing is when a car going full speed into a sweeper compresses the spring so much that it almost bottoming out, and the car is gonna behave erratic from that. The harder the spring, and this is where I see a lot of people doing something wrong because they think that putting a harder spring in, I can see the correlation, but because if you have traction rolling in the front, you have a tendency to put on a harder compound. The same logic is sometimes applied with people saying, oh, I don't have a harder compound, but my car is traction rolling. I'm going to put in a harder spring. But the harder spring increases the chance of traction rolling. So if you traction roll and you don't have a harder compound, softer spring. The harder spring, it does have a less overall steering, and is of course better on a smooth track because it doesn't absorb bumps that easy. But it is easier to drive, and it is smoother in the corners to have the harder springs. So with all other things, and what I also said before, it's a compromise. Every single setup is a compromise of something. So just bear that in mind. That was the front springs. Next bit.